Welcome to the introductory episode of Dragon Ball Talk. Today we will be touching on the topic of JIREN and his intentions for the Tournament of Power. Now, we will be focusing on the phrase where JIREN tells Goku that he is seeking something that lies beyond strength. Now, what is that? That is what we'll be touching on today.
This dialogue between Goku and JIREN leads to some questions in the community that have yet to be answered. Today we'll be speaking about them, and today we will be going in depth on these topics. One of the things that have yet to be really touched on is why has JIREN not eliminated Goku nor Vegeta? The entire community knows that JIREN could have easily done this from the beginning of the tournament. Let's discuss why this hasn't happened yet, next on Dragon Ball Talk.
Greetings, Dragon Ball Universe. Welcome to Dragon Ball Talk. My name's Lou.
And I'm Jay. Thank you for tuning into the channel, everybody. Welcome.
So, speaking of, let's get to this episode, man. Let's start with 122. What a great episode. I mean, I feel like it was animated very well in some parts. Some parts were pretty bad, I'm not going to lie to you. Especially the when they zoom out and the cutscenes and whatnot. But, I mean, I was impressed with Vegeta. What about you?
Vegeta was very impressive in this episode. Vegeta in this episode seemed to really step up in the entire series, to be honest. He was getting pretty slept on. I'd say he was getting pretty slept on.
Nah, he got slept on. I mean, I feel that, they should have had him, or maybe he might go into Ultra Instinct next episode. We don't really know.
Well, honestly, adding on that, we mentioned Ultra Instinct, but really, he's going to really surprise everybody in the entire Bleachers. It's not going to be that. Honestly, everybody's talking about potentially him ascending to another level of Super Saiyan Blue, which is extremely interesting because at this point, we're going two different routes, and now there's more content, and it's not getting as repetitive as the transformations were.
No, absolutely, I agree. But touching back on
question for you though, dude.
What's up?
Do you think this new form that Goku's going to get is going to be just as powerful as Kaioken times 20, or potentially as strong as Ultra Instinct, or do you think it's going to be even stronger?
So you think Goku's getting a new form, or you mean Vegeta?
No, Vegeta. Do you think his new form is going to be the equivalent of Kaioken times 20? Or do you think it's going to be the equivalent of Ultra Instinct? Or do you think he's going to surpass him?
I don't know. I mean, if the writers stay, in the same path they've kept, through Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super, I feel that Vegeta's going to slightly ascend that of Ultra Instinct. Potentially. Maybe his Super Saiyan 2 transformation is just something that's, that'll blow.
He's done that before. When he came out the hyperbolic time chamber in the Cell Saga,
could be
he was stronger than Goku at the time.
He was. No, he really was. But I'm thinking maybe Super Vegeta Blue, Maybe, potentially. Because that's what I was in Dragon Ball Z. That was the next ascension after Super Saiyan for Vegeta.
Enough about that. What do you think about the concept that JIREN has purposely been pushing Goku and Vegeta this far on purpose?
No, I think so, man. I think JIREN is definitely pushing them. He's training them. Because if he really wanted to, I feel that JIREN would just power up and take everybody out and win.
Honestly.
That's all he could do. I mean, I feel that he probably picked up or knows that Saiyans get stronger after battle, and
There's Zenkai.
Yeah, he keeps letting them just keep just defeating them, but not taking them out of the tournament.
But that begs the question, Lewis, and that's what we've been seeing. That's what begs the question to, what does JIREN want then? Why is he training them? That means he's wanting to recruit them.
I think he potentially is, man. I mean, I made that point to you a couple days ago, but I feel that JIREN is training them in an effort to somehow take over the oppressor, which is the gods. I mean, think about Zeno as a child, a god child, the god of everything, which is just an immature child that just kills on a whim, just erases. It's all a game.
Now, to be honest,
JIREN is all about morals and justice. So I feel that he's definitely, because he's not, like he said earlier in a couple episodes ago, he did not want to save his universe at the expense of other universes. So he actually decided to join after saying that. The question is why? So why? Why does he want to? Why hasn't he defeated Goku, Vegeta, and the Z Fighters? My opinion is that his plans going into this tournament was to overthrow the oppressor, and again in this case is Zeno, the king of everything, and his angels and the Grand Priest. In my opinion, they're really evil, man, and that just cannot stick with somebody like JIREN, who is very self-righteous, and he believes that he alone, or maybe him with a team, can stand up to these gods and potentially defeat them,
And what I think is important about all of this here, Lewis, is to understand the character of JIREN. Jiren seems to be a very spiritually awoken character. He's very spiritually awoken. Now, if we take another step back and we look here and we analyze Goku, this man is the most childlike person in this entire series, but he's also one of the strongest. So he's purely about the fighting side of the entire martial arts aspect.
He's also pure-hearted, though.
He's also pure-hearted, very noble. Now you look at Jiren, he's a character who's pretty much, the word sensei comes to mind.
Much more mature.
He's very awoken spiritually, and he's extremely powerful. Now, if you bring those two things together, he notices the nobility in Goku, so he wants to train him. That's the concept that we are going into, that Jiren potentially wants to train Goku and Vegeta. Now, with Vegeta, it's a different story. Vegeta is now a character who is more prideful, and he's much more... Would you even go as far as saying narcissistic?
I mean, yeah, he is the Prince of all Saiyans, and he reminds us at every second of the show. So
every chance he gets, he does remind us. Now, because of that, he gives off an arrogant persona, and Jiren definitely noticed this. And even though he does notice it, it does seem that Jiren nonetheless is pushing the Saiyans to their absolute limit. And we here at Dragon Ball Talk are saying that it is because he wants to recruit these two Z fighters, these two Saiyans, these two numbskulls to fight for him in the war against inequality, against the gods, and possibly Zeno himself. Here at Dragon Ball Talk, that is what we think about what is going on in the Dragon Ball Super episodes, and we do believe that Jiren, at the end of this, will transfer into the next arc with the Z fighters. Thank you for listening.
Until next time, Dragon Ball fam, it's your boy Lou. See you next week. Deuce.
If you guys want to join in on the discussion, please leave a comment. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It's your boy Jay signing off. Peace.